Hey, it looks like Blizzard was listening. The day after I complained about the tank meta, PTR got an update to reflect the next wave of balancing changes for Overwatch. It includes Roadhog, D.Va, and Ana nerfs, a small Sombra buff, and several other small changes. Hey guys, JV here with Level Up Gaming, showing off the new PTR changes that should be rolling out on all platforms in the coming weeks. Just a heads up, PTR matchmaking has not been working for me while I've been trying to capture footage for this video, so all of the dank plays in this video are against AI bots. Starting off with hero balancing, we've got Roadhog, who has effectively been nerfed through a series of chain hook changes, and Blizzard outlined 3 key changes to the way his hook behaves. Number 1, targets are now pulled and land directly in front of Roadhog rather than a little bit off to the side depending on how you threw the hook. So overall, this is a consistency change to where it's going to feel more consistent. When you're hooking people, they're going to land and drop right in front of you so you can more easily get a shot on them. This feels like a little bit of a buff, but in terms of consistency it makes sense, and I definitely noticed this. As I was hooking targets, they were landing right in front of me. Instead of having to rotate like 30 degrees to kill somebody, they would be right in front of me. Next, your hooked targets now release if they leave the line of sight of Roadhog before being pulled. So essentially the hook is no longer hit scan. If a target, you have that small split second where you do run out of the way, you're not going to be pulled around a corner, and that felt like total bullshit on the receiving end. Now that's not going to happen anymore because the hook will break. The chain will break, and Roadhog won't be able to pull people around corners anymore. It definitely feels like a nerf in that respect. The final change to the change hook is with the line of sight check, which was always there. It detects if targets should be hooked at all. It's now done from Roadhog's position rather than where the hook is. It doesn't really make sense that the line of sight check was from where the hook's position was. Now it makes a whole lot more sense, and it's just more consistent. So Blizzard obviously explains these changes with a brief little paragraph. They essentially say that this is for more consistency with the hook. It's going to feel more consistent with Roadhog because sometimes you could hook people around corners, sometimes you couldn't, and that didn't make sense. So across the board, this is for more consistency. It's going to feel more reasonable for enemies who are not getting hooked around corners. It's just not going to happen anymore. And overall, from what I've played around with in the PTR, it's more difficult to land these hooks because of the line of sight check changes. It's effectively a nerf because you're not going to get those easy picks like you could before. Now let's take a look at D.Va's changes, and this is effectively a nerf across the board if you ask me. We've got changes to her health, armor, and damage. So let's go through these one by one. First off, her health is increased from 200 to 400, and her armor is decreased from 400 to 200. So before, from total health and armor pool, we were looking at 200 health and 400 armor. So she could take a ton of damage before. Now we're looking at 400 health and only 200 armor. So people are going to chip through that armor quicker and get to the health, which of course means she's not as tanky as she was before. She is definitely more vulnerable to counters, and Blizzard even commented to, characters like Reaper, who should have been able to rip through her before because, Reaper is a tank killer. Now he can do that with these changes, and you could definitely feel that in the PTR. For D.Va's fusion cannons, her bullet damage was decreased from 3 to 2, and the bullets per shot that she shoots was increased from 8 to 11. So what we're looking at here is a per bullet damage decrease, but she shoots more bullets per individual shot. That comes out to a slight decrease in overall damage. And in the current version of the game before the PTR, it is really easy to get gold damage with D.Va. I think it's going to be a little more hard to do that when you have other heroes that didn't get, a slight damage nerf like this. Now it's going to make more sense. The attackers and defenders are probably going to be more competitive with D.Va in terms of grabbing gold. From Blizzard's point of view, this is overall a consistency change once again. It just makes sense because D.Va was dominating a lot of games and she was at the center of the tank meta. Now she's less tanky, she's more vulnerable to counters that make sense like Reaper, and she deals a little less damage. Next up, Ana also got a small little nerf. Her biotic grenade healing boost is decreased by 50%. So let's get something clear. This does not change the amount of healing that she does on impact with that AoE heal. It's just less of a boost. Before, it would boost obviously 100%, what it is in the live version of the game, of all healing received by, whoever you healed. Now, if you're the only healer on your team and you are Ana, it's not going to be as effective because you get less of that boost when you're shooting people to heal them. And if you want to combo another other healer with Ana, they're going to be a little less effective because they're not going to receive that healing boost. A lot of people believe that the reason for the current tank meta is Ana being so strong and this healing boost from the biotic grenade and, you know, the effect of all the other healers with how powerful those tanks are. So if that is true, then the changes to D.Va, Roadhog, and now this change to Ana means that the tank meta will be a lot less effective, and Ana is a little less effective as well. The final hero bouncing change for this PTR update is to Sombra, and her time to hack is decreased from 1 second to 0.8 seconds. She's going to be hacking people 20% faster than she was before. A lot of people have been wondering, since Sombra was introduced, how does she fit into the meta? And even with this change, I'm still kind of wondering how that works. A lot of people talk about Tracer and how, you know, if Sombra's changed in a certain way, she's just going to be, you know, a stealthy Tracer or a Tracer replacement or something like that. And I think it is tricky with Sombra because she's a little bit quicker with this hack, but it's still a little bit difficult to get picks with her, and I think a lot of that has to do with her transition from stealthing to hacking. It feels too long. It feels awkward. When you are sneaking behind somebody, you hack them faster, which is obviously nice, and you can burn them down quicker, but it's still awkward. If you get seen and you don't have that recall ability, you know, queued up, which only has 15 seconds, then you're kind of screwed. So Sombra is still a little bit murky in terms of where she fits into the meta. I haven't personally noticed from the PTR that this, you know, buffs her significantly or anything like that. Maybe things will kind of even out like Blizzard hopes they will. There are a few non-gameplay related changes that are actually really cool, and they have to do with the emote wheel. So now you can equip 4 emotes, sprays, and voice lines before you get into the match through the hero gallery, and you can access and use all 4 of them in game, which is really cool. On PC, you can bind them to individual keys. Obviously, I'm not sure about consoles. We've got limited, you know, button inputs on consoles, so not sure how that's going to work. But overall, this is a nice quality of life change. It makes sense, and being able to show off more of this stuff in game is just nice. It's nice to have, so I'm very glad they added this. And then also, they've updated the kill feed, which looks different in the top right. So now it shows hero ability icons. Ultimates are going to be an orange arrow pointing to whoever the ultimate kills, and headshots are going to be a red arrow. Normal kills are white once again. So a little bit of a change there. It's kind of updated. It feels a little bit weird, but I'm sure all of us will adjust once we've had it live. That is it for the PTR changes, but I'd love to know what you guys are thinking about these changes. If you've played them, or if you're just watching my video, you're on console only and you don't know what to expect. What are your thoughts on what you've seen? Do you think these are some good changes, bad changes? Did someone get nerfed that you didn't want to get nerfed? Do you think someone else needs a buff? Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comment section below. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for constant updates on when we're uploading new content. Check out our website at levelupgmg.com, where you'll find complete libraries of every single video we upload moving into the future. Also, if you're feeling generous, consider supporting us further through our Patreon. Becoming a patron allows you to engage with us directly and unlock exclusive content like monthly Q&A videos. So visit our Patreon if you'd like to learn more. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and click subscribe if you haven't already for more tips and tricks and gaming related videos. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time here on Level Up Gaming.